right from campus, I joined Colgate. So I was with Colgate for about 7 to 8 years. And then after that, I joined Reckitt in Nigeria for about 2.5 years. And then I came back to India with Marico for again about sort of 6.5 years. After Marico, I joined Kimberly-Clark, with whom I was there for nearly 8 years. And then I came back to India last 2 years with the cement industry, where I joined Holcim Group, now part of Shree Cement, based in Gurgaon. A few months back, I published my first book of poems, which is 111 poems.
I've known Sushrut for many years, nearly 25 years ago, when for a few years we worked together in the same office in marketing. I have not been as truthful personally in continuing my marketing career after that, but as Sushrut will tell us, he has done only one thing and one thing very well in life, which is marketing. And back in the day, he was a few years my senior, and we used to consider him the go-to person or the marketing guru. So over to you, Sushrut. Welcome again. Can you start with, tell us, you graduated from IIMA Ahmedabad. So if you can tell us what your journey has been from 1998 IIMA to Gurgaon today in 2024. Which countries, careers, companies and incidents, and just take us through that.
So right from campus, I joined Colgate, Manish, that's where both of us were there. So I was with Colgate for about 7 to 8 years. And that was the time when there were these toothpaste wars, right? You keep hearing about cola wars and online wars and different wars. I think the only time in history where there was a war about toothpaste was during the time when I joined. And so that was great learning in terms of sort of competitive marketing. So I cut my teeth in marketing sort of literally and figuratively with Colgate in India. And then after that, I joined Reckitt in Nigeria for about 2.5 years. And again, that was a very exciting time in terms of business, where literally the growth was on steroids, as we were told. So Nigeria was a very high growth market and also a high scale market. So by the time I left Nigeria, it was the second biggest Dettol seller worldwide. And then I came back to India with Marico for again about sort of 6.5 years. In Marico, again, very exciting times. So I was, Marico was at that time seen as a very, very interesting organization. But during our time, we actually made it a FMCG powerhouse. So I was part of the 2,000 crore to 5,000 crore scale-up journey over 6 years, working on several of their personal care brands. And then after that, I again went out of India. So if you see, I had a pattern of India abroad. So I kind of continued with that pattern. After Marico, I joined Kimberly-Clark, with whom I was there for nearly 8 years, starting with Vietnam and then moving on to Singapore for an Asia Pacific role, and then in US, Chicago, for a global role. And again, each of them were very different roles. Vietnam was a turnaround story, through our brands, Kotex and Huggies. Singapore was really about growth acceleration, where I was heading their tissues category for Asia Pacific. So how to accelerate a very, very mature business. And then in US, I was heading global marketing capabilities, where we were undergoing through what was called a commercial transformation agenda, where I built the new KC way of marketing. And then I came back to India a couple of years back with a very, very different sector. So while I was with FMCG for like 24 years, last 2 years have been with the cement industry, where I joined Holcim Group, who have these brands of ACC and Ambuja, and thereafter I am now part of Shree Cement, based in Gurgaon. Again, in both these businesses, the agenda is about transforming the business to make it from very commoditized to brand-led, consumer-driven. So that's the agenda. Like you said, I have been in marketing. It has been more than just a vocation. It's been a passion, and through this I have explored different vantage points of marketing, right? Be it through very operating roles, operating country roles, or more like strategic regional roles or capability building global roles. Apart from that, I am interested in creativity and culture through several things. But one of my interests, which has always stood by me, is in poetry and shairi. I do sort of write a little bit, and it's something which has been with me through all the back and forths, ups and downs in my career. A few months back, I published my first book of poems, which is 111 poems.
Wow. Wow. So we have a published poet and author with us right now. That is a first for our channel. But Sushrut, 26 years in marketing, driving businesses. It looks to me life has come a full circle for you. You started your career being, if I remember right, you were head of the tooth powder business marketing in Colgate at one point. So उस 26 साल पहले आप चूना बेच रहे थे, अभी आप सीमेंट में चूना बेच रहे हो. Is that right?
I mean, I did several things, but hopefully चूना लगा नहीं रहा हूँ. Marketing is always seen, or some people who don't know marketing, they feel marketing is all about sort of smart salesmanship and whatever, like trying selling a refrigerator to an Eskimo. I would say that is very bad marketing. But yes, I have sold several things. So in fact, I think we worked together in toothbrushes. If I am not wrong, Manish, we were selling toothbrushes together. Then I sold Colgate tooth powder, toothpaste, and then few other things.